Good evening, my fellow Exorcists, and welcome to the Lair of the Film Exorcist. Tonight we will be taking a look at Star Wars: The High Republic, Test of Courage. When a transport ship is abruptly kicked out of hyperspace as a part of a galaxy-wide disaster, newly minted teen Jedi Vernestra Roll and a young Padawan and an audacious tech kid and the son of an ambassador are stranded on a jungle moon where they must work together to survive both the dangerous terrain and the hidden danger lurking in the shadows. Haha, yeah, right. Now, before we move on to my opinion, I'd like to just announce that this video is sponsored by Animal, so go buy yourself some amazing low-priced anime merch, and when you use the code FILM, you'll get 5% off your purchases, and most of the proceeds will go to making this channel better. So go buy something, please. Okay, so I can say that I like this book a little less than Light of the Jedi, mostly because it felt like an episode of one of those teen cartoons where the main cast gets stranded on an island and they have to survive, which made this feel less like a Star Wars book and more like, I don't know, the Squeakquel, or whatever. Oh, no, Chipwrecked. That's what I'm trying to think of, Chipwrecked. The Chipmunks live-action movie with that one really crazy actor and all the balls. Now, I'm not saying I hate it, but I am saying I wish there was a bit more action. I mean, this is described as an adventure story where they have to survive the terrain and fight their way through the planet, but really it's more like, oh, there's acid rain, let's use a giant leaf to cover us. Or, oh, we were attacked? Oh, there's the villains, let's go two-prong attack them and screw up first and then go attack them again. It's very short, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I mean, I did somewhat enjoy the escape of the main cast on the Steady Wing, but I also felt this book's lightsaber battle was a little too short. Literally ending in like, I don't know, like 2, maybe 3 minutes, not even. Which is a complete shame. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say the Revenge of the Sith battle was somewhat shorter than most that we've seen, or there's the... Yeah, no, I think that's the shortest one I can think of, actually, compared to Obi-Wan and Darth Vader's battle in Episode 4. But yeah, no, this is way shorter. It's not even in my top 10, which is very sad. I also noticed that this book focused more on each person's emotions and not actually on the events of the story. And we barely even get 3 or 4 chapters involving the villains of the book, 2 of them focusing on their perspective and the rest of the fight and the capture of 2 of our main characters, the boys of the group. And the other dialogue chapter that they receive is the epilogue at the very end of the book. So they get the beginning, and then they get the end, and then whatever, if you want to call it a battle or a fight between them, yeah. They don't really focus on the villains much in this, compared to Light of the Jedi, which is... You're supposed to introduce these characters, you're supposed to make them look as scary as the first book. What are you doing? What are you doing, Disney, LucasArts, whoever's controlling this right now? Well, yeah, Disney. Makes more sense. You want to make an adventure book? Give us more than just monkey creatures and acid rain and very small battles. I mean, you did the Clone Wars. What is wrong with you? Now, I'd also want to be honest that the only interesting character in this book is J6, the protocol droid, or battle droid. She's a mix of a battle droid and a protocol droid. Now, J6 is Avon's nanny droid, who is very similar to characters like K2SO and HK47, with her surprisingly interesting personality, which was reprogrammed by Avon herself to make the droid a lot less boring, and I loved it. I mean, there's literally a part in the book where it says she's got, I don't know, 10 to 12 blasters all over her body, and yeah, I've never known C-3PO to own multiple blasters and multiple arms. That seems more like General Grievous, which, damn, I wish we could have seen them use it. Or use them more than just to shoot the air. It's, damn. Missed opportunities, Disney. What is the matter with you? And actually, it's funny because supposedly Avon is supposed to be the the ancestor of one of Han Solo's possible love interests later on in the timeline, which is actually pretty cool, but in this, she's more of an annoying child, and yeah, she's a child, but she's supposed to be the intelligent, smart person of the group. What are you doing, Disney? You're ruining so many characters. And I also liked Vernestra, because of how mature she was compared to the rest of the cast, but she also, at times, felt like your typical Jedi Knight, constantly talking about the Force and trying to keep Imra from giving into his anger, and I feel this kept her from growing as a character, or at least growing more than she had. I mean, Barasathi in the Clone Wars was, yeah, the boring, close to heart, trying to stay the good Jedi Knight, or Padawan of Luminara. But then she had the development of going to the dark side and trying to fight against Ahsoka and trying to frame Ahsoka and the rest of the Jedi in the bombing. Where the closest we come to that is Imri and his little spat with the dark side, which it ends way too fast. I mean, yeah, this is a teen novel, but everything, the pacing is just bad. To the point where they barely focus on one thing, or they end up focusing on the same thing over and over again, like the death of multiple people on the Steady Wing. They didn't come up with that much interesting stuff for this book, I'm sorry to say. But it does have its good moments. So yeah, while I didn't hate the story, I feel it should have been a little more adult than it was, especially when you're writing a young teen novel, because what most don't realize, which is surprising, is that even teens can get bored with safe books like this, because they're constant look for more adventurous novels. I mean, that's why a lot of us as, I don't know, 13-year-olds or a lot of kids in my elementary school would go straight for Hunger Games or Twilight or Divergent. And even I, when right before I got to high school or first year of high school, I read books like The Great Gatsby on my own. But this, it's too safe, Disney. You should have put more into it than just tropes and bad characters and very quick or slow moments that don't really work with the story. Disappointed! This is why I'm giving the test of courage, well, I was gonna give it a 6 out of 10, but this time I'm giving it a 4. A 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, Disney. It's not that good, and you could have done so much better with this. I mean, you've written so many shows, you've written so many movies. This is just not one of your best work, and I'm not against the author who wrote this. It's too safe, and it's missing so much that would have made it interesting. I mean, you could have even made the book a lot longer. And I guess, yes, I'm going off of books like the Legends book I'm reading for next week, or Light of the Jedi, but yeah, this was boring.
Boring!
But yeah, 4 out of 10 for how safe it was with the story, and the lack of adventure shown in this Star Wars novel. Yes, I'm gonna repeat that. This is a Star Wars novel. Not any other adventure novel. This is a Star Wars novel that doesn't even know how to be like Star Wars. But honestly, on the other hand, I will say that this book is pretty good for children, but not the audience they were going for. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the little notification bell at the bottom. And have a great night, and may the Force be with you guys, always.